This is the Nash House Museum, and we are in the Michigan Street African American Heritage Corridor. So Reverend Nash was born in Aloquin, Virginia in 1868. He graduated from what was then Whelan Seminary and is now Virginia Union University in Richmond, Virginia. His first job, the first job he got after graduation was to become the pastor of the Michigan Avenue Baptist Church. And that was in 1892. In 1925, he married Miss Jackson and they moved into this home. It was 36 Potter Street at the time.
Oh, okay, so this was a different...
Right. After Reverend Nash retired, the city renamed the street Nash. Okay. So now it's 36 Nash Street. So if you can tell by what's on the wall here, this was on the church when Reverend Nash was pastor there, and you see it lists his home address, 36 Potter Street.
Here, I'll let you go up first. We'll follow you. So this is
Reverend
Nash and his family.
Right, Mrs. Nash and Jesse Jr. in front of the house.
Oh, that's a great shot.
This is a wax figure, full size, of Mrs. Frances Jackson Nash. The kitchen was her domain. She was an excellent cook.
Right.
Used this stove, baked cakes and pies that she often sold to restaurants. Mrs. Nash, of course, was at one time the superintendent of the Sunday school, ran a sewing group at the church. She was a pianist. She was a musician. She was not the church official musician, but she could play music. Right. Now, her brother, Raymond Jackson, was the co-founder of the Colored Musicians Union. Okay. And the union, of course, formed the club.
Yeah.
So they were a musical family, and they were all connected. So within these 2 blocks of Michigan Avenue, you have families related, families connected to each other through the church and through the club. And
they were the real shakers and movers of the community. Those were the people that were changing and influencing the entire community.
Exactly.
To lift it. Yeah.
So in here was where they would entertain guests. Now for entertainment in this room, they had the Victrola, and these are some of their records.
The old 78s my dad had.
Yes. And not like a young kid told me once I was doing a tour, he said, "Ooh, that's a big CD." Like,
they break very easily, these old 78s, I found out.
It's coming back now, so maybe they'll know what it is. But we had it repaired because a lot of people haven't heard how Victrola sounds in person, except, maybe on TV or old movies. And these are their records.
Great.
Now, there's no volume control on here.
Right.
So if you want it louder, you just open up the doors.
Oh, that's great. I love this.
From here, we walked into Reverend Nash's study.
Oh, he scared me for a minute. There's Reverend Nash, I see him.
Yes.
This is beautiful.
So the one thing you notice about being in his study is lots and lots of books.
He was very well read.
He was well read, and he was a minister at the time. You say 1892. Very few African American ministers had gone to theology school. He helped to co-found the Buffalo Urban League, the Buffalo NAACP, and the Buffalo Michigan YMCA. So he was quite involved in the community. His whole goal was to make sure that his church would never be in debt. And because of that, you see what he had, Michigan Street Preservation, the Michigan Church, cards. We had a membership card. This person agreed to pay 25 cents a month in tithes.
That's amazing. What an accomplished
Yes.
man, and what an influence he had on the entire community. Sharon, thank you so much for showing me around today. What a beautiful piece of the history here in Western New York. and to walk through the home of someone who did so much good in this community.
Oh, you're quite welcome. And we are so proud of the work that has been done to preserve the legacy of Reverend Nash.
And to George Arthur and Bishop Henderson,
Yes.
who just recently passed, and to you and all of the amazing people who are keeping the museum going and the Colored Musicians Club and the church. I mean, thank you. Thank you for
You're quite
being
welcome.
part of something so critical,
Right.
so vital.
It's a rich history in Buffalo.
It really is.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us today on this magical ride into Passionate Living. Join us each week on Tuesday and Thursday evenings at 8 and Sunday mornings at 11. Plus, you can view segments of our show on YouTube at passionateliving.tv or on our website at passionateliving.com. Our goal in producing the show is to inspire you to live your dreams, as your journey will end up affecting the world around you in a powerful way. We hope you'll join us each week as we journey into the realms of passionate living. Until our next adventure, remember to take at least one baby step to bring you a little closer to living your dreams.